Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Value. Today's spotlight is on a seemingly ordinary coin that many people overlook. But what if I told you this small copper coin might be hiding big value in your pocket? Change we're diving deep into the 1971 Lincoln cent, also known as the Ultra Lincoln penny, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. While most people see it as just 1 cent, its rare variations and historical significance have made some of these coins worth hundreds and even thousands of dollars. Let's take you through its history, minting details, valuable errors, and the current market price, including one that has been noted with a value upwards of $70 or more, and some report it to be worth even more due to rarity and condition. Buckle up, because this is one coin journey you don't want to miss. To understand the 1971 penny's true value, we need to go back in time. In 1971, the United States was still in the heart of the Cold War. Richard Nixon was president, and America was rapidly changing in technology, economy, and society. During this year, the U.S. Mint produced billions of coins for circulation. Among them was the Lincoln Memorial Cent, featuring the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The 1971 Lincoln Cent minted in Denver is marked by the small d mint mark under the year. Denver produced over 2.9 billion of these coins. But despite the massive mintage, not all 1971 pennies are the same. Some have hidden secrets, mint errors, and exceptional grades that make them ultra rare and highly desirable to coin collectors worldwide. Let's talk about the design. The obverse of the 1971 penny features the classic image of President Abraham Lincoln. Originally designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. His initials, VDB, can be seen near the shoulder of Lincoln's bust. The reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial designed by Frank Gasparo, introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. From 1959 to 1982, these pennies were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, which makes them heavier and richer in color compared to today's modern zinc pennies. The 1971 cent weighs 3.11 grams. And yes, because of its high copper content, even a worn-out 1971 penny is worth more than its face value in raw metal alone. But when we dive into era coins, high-grade pieces, and unusual varieties, the price can skyrocket. Let's get into the good stuff: rare errors and varieties that could make your 1971 penny worth serious money. Double die obverse DDO. Some 1971 pennies exhibit doubling on the date lettering like Liberty, and in God we trust. If you find one of these, you could be holding on to a coin worth hundreds or even thousands depending on the sharpness and condition. Off-center strikes: when the planchet is not perfectly aligned with the dies, you get a coin that's off-center. The more off-center it is, especially if the date is still visible, the more valuable. Some off-center 1971 pennies have sold for over $100. Die cracks and cuts: these occur when the die becomes damaged or cracked, leaving raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. They're visually interesting and can increase a coin's appeal among collectors. Struck through errors: sometimes foreign objects like grease or debris can interfere with the coin's striking process, resulting in a coin with unusual blank spots or faded designs. These mint errors are unique and can fetch a good price. High-grade MS condition coins: this is a big one. A 1971 penny graded MS65 red or higher by PCGS or NGC can sell for $50 to over $100, depending on market demand. In MS67 red, which is near perfect condition, auction prices have even exceeded $700. You might be wondering, if so many 1971 pennies were made, why are some worth so much today? Here's why: condition is key. Most 1971 pennies have circulated for decades and are worn. Finding one in mint state red condition is rare. Era coins are unpredictable. They weren't meant to happen, so no one knows how many exist. This scarcity drives prices up. Copper coins are more collectible. Pre-1982 pennies are 95% copper, and this intrinsic value combined with collector demand makes them more desirable. History and nostalgia: the Lincoln cent is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history, and collectors love completing year and mint mark sets. So, what's the real value today? Regular circulated 1971 penny is worth around 2 to 3 cents due to copper content. Mint condition red penny graded MS65 or better is valued at $20 to $70, depending on the buyer and the grade. Rare era coins can reach anywhere from $100 to several $1,000s, especially if authenticated by a grading service. The ultra-rare MS-67 red examples have sold in the past for as high as $700 or more at public auctions. Some coin dealers and collectors refer to these high-grade examples as ultra Lincoln pennies because of their pristine condition and exceptional visual appeal. So, yes, if you've got a 1971D Lincoln penny that's shiny, well-centered and error-free, you could be holding on to a coin worth $70 or more, especially if professionally graded and authenticated. Here's what to do if you have one. Examine under magnification, look closely at the date lettering and Lincoln's face for doubling. Check the color. Red pennies are more valuable than brown or red-brown. Check the weight, should be around 3.11 grams. Look for unusual features, any cracks, off-centers, or strange marks could be valuable. Get it graded. If your coin looks uncirculated, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for grading. It could make all the difference in value. The 1971D Lincoln cent is a true example of how something small can be incredibly valuable. While most of these coins are common, the rare varieties, mint state examples, and era coins continue to surprise collectors and investors with their high market demand. So, before you toss that penny into a jar, give it another look. You might just be holding a tiny piece of history worth far more than 1 cent. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new, comment below if you have a 1971D penny or other rare coins, and subscribe for more deep dives into valuable US coins. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video about the coins that could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and remember, treasure could be hiding in your pocket change right now. We're diving deep into the mysterious and potentially ultra-valuable 1993D Lincoln cent. Yes, that tiny 1 cent coin you might have tossed aside could actually be worth more than $94 or even hundreds or thousands of dollars in certain conditions. Believe it or not, some of these pennies have shocked collectors and appraisers with their hidden secrets and high auction prices. So grab a magnifying glass, dig through your old jars of coins, and stay tuned till the end. You might just uncover a fortune in your own home. Let's jump in. Let's rewind to the year 1993. America was experiencing economic growth, technology was advancing rapidly, and coins like the Denver Mint, represented by the little D mint mark just below the date, produced 6.4 billion 1 cent coins. That's right, 6.4 billion. So how could a coin minted in such huge numbers be worth so much today? Well, here's where it gets fascinating. While most of these pennies were standard issue and still circulate today, there are a small number of rare and ultra-grade examples, coins that are either in mint state condition, have die errors, or are in special proof-like finishes that are now fetching premium prices on the collector's market. You may be wondering, what's so special about this penny? Why are collectors suddenly paying big bucks for something that used to just sit in a change jar? Here are a few reasons. Some 1993D Lincoln cents were struck with die cracks, off-center strikes, double dies, or even wrong planchet errors. These kinds of mistakes are not common and can make a seemingly regular coin incredibly rare and valuable. For example, a 1993D penny with a visible double die on Lincoln's profile or the wording "In God We Trust" could sell for several $100s. Collectors love perfect or near-perfect coins. If your 1993D penny is an MS-65 or higher, meaning it has no scratches, is perfectly centered and still has its original luster, it could be valued at over $94, and in rare cases, even $300 to $1,000 or more at auction. Some pristine specimens have been professionally graded and slabbed by companies like PCGS and NGC, boosting their value. Some collectors and dealers report proof-like finishes or unusual luster on certain 1993D cents. These special finishes are highly desirable, especially when they come from known varieties or error batches. Let's talk money. On average, a regular 1993D penny in circulated condition is still just 1 cent. But that's not the coin we're after. We're looking for the hidden gems, coins in mint state, with errors, or with unusual traits. Here's the breakdown of current market prices. In fact, one MS-67 red 1993D Lincoln cent sold for $1,116 at auction. That's right, over $1,000 for a penny. That's the power of condition and rarity in numismatics. eBay listings and coin auction platforms like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, and Great Collections frequently feature these coins and can help you gauge current demand. Prices fluctuate, but one thing's certain: there's active interest and real market demand for these special 1993D Lincoln cents. So how do you know if your 1993D penny is worth anything? Here are a few steps. The D below the date confirms it was minted in Denver. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look for sharp details in Lincoln's hair and beard, no scratches or wear on high points, strong original red luster doubling in text like Liberty, or in God we trust, off-center strikes, die cracks, or cuts, any signs of unusual finishes. If you believe your coin is in excellent condition or has an error, consider sending it to a reputable grading service like PCGS Professional Coin Grading Service or NGC. Graded coins sell for significantly more than raw coins. The Lincoln Cent series is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history, starting in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Since then it has become one of the most collected and studied coin series in American numismatics. Collectors are always on the hunt for key dates, rare errors-proof coins, high-grade examples. The 1993 Lincoln Cent fits right into this legacy. With over 6 billion minted, most have been lost to circulation, damage, or wear. But the rare survivors, the ultra gems, are what collectors crave. So next time you're going through your pocket change, don't overlook the humble penny, especially the 1993 Lincoln Cent. It might be small, but it could be hiding a fortune in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, it pays literally to know what to look for. That tiny copper-colored coin could be your ticket to a collector's payday. Make sure to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and leave a comment if you've ever found a rare penny or want help identifying your coins. Don't forget to subscribe to Numismatics Coins History and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on new coin treasures, updates on market values, and rare coin stories from American history. Remember, history, mystery, and money are often hiding in your change jar. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Today we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked yet potentially valuable coins in your pocket change. That's right, we're talking about the 2007 Lincoln Cent, also known by some collectors as the Ultra Lincoln Penny. You might think it's just another copper-colored coin, but what if I told you that this humble penny could be worth far more than 1 cent? In fact, some examples of this 2007 penny are turning heads in the coin world, fetching as much as $54 or even more on the collector's market, depending on condition and rarity. Stay with me, because the story of this small but mighty coin is filled with history, mystery, minting, intrigue, and yes, money. The origin of the 2007 Lincoln Cent. Let's take a trip back in time to 2007, a year full of events and changes across the United States. But while the world was watching new technology, booming markets, and politics, the Denver Mint was quietly striking millions of Lincoln Cents. The 2007 penny belongs to the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909, honoring America's beloved President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Cent was the first regular U.S. coin to feature the image of a real person, breaking away from previous designs that symbolized liberty through allegorical figures. Fast forward to 2007, and we find a penny that looks ordinary on the surface but contains secrets beneath its copper coating. Fun fact: zinc and copper composition. 2007. The Lincoln penny was being minted with a core of 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper plating. That's right, the days of solid copper pennies were long gone. These post-1982 pennies are much lighter and cheaper to produce. But collectors began to notice something unique about certain 2007 pennies. Some were struck with ultra-sharp detail, others had unusual luster, and a few rare examples were found to be double die errors, off-center strikes, or had unexpected features like floating roofs on the Lincoln Memorial. What makes the 2007 Lincoln Cent special? Let's dig deeper into why this particular penny has gained the attention of coin enthusiasts. Mint mark D from Denver. The small letter D under the date tells us this coin was minted in Denver, Colorado, which often had slight differences in strike quality compared to the Philadelphia Mint. Sharpness of strike and finish. Some 2007 pennies are known to have unusually high-quality strikes, with Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat appearing more defined than usual. Errors and varieties. A small number of 2007 cents feature mint errors, which significantly increase their value. These include double die obverse DDO doubling in Lincoln's eye, or the word LIBRTY off-center strikes where the design is not properly centered. BI errors. A die break between the B and E of Liberty, forming what looks like an extra clipped planchets where part of the coin's edge appears to be cut off. Floating roof errors where the top of the Lincoln Memorial appears to be floating without visible support columns. Each of these errors can dramatically boost the coin's desirability among collectors. Market value and worth. Why now? Let's talk money. How much is your 2007 Lincoln Cent actually worth? For average circulated examples, the coin is worth exactly what it says, 1 cent. But that's where things get exciting. Uncirculated or mint state coins, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can fetch anywhere from $5 to $20 on the collector market. But the rarer the condition, the higher the price. A flawless MS67 red example with glowing copper tone and zero contact marks has sold for $54 or even higher in recent sales on platforms like eBay and major coin auctions. Add an error or a unique variety to that, and you could be talking hundreds of dollars in value from a coin you might find in a jar or receive as change. How to identify a valuable 2007 DPNNY. If you're ready to go treasure hunting, here's what to look for. Color: look for bright red copper luster, not dull brown. Details: examine Lincoln's hair and coat with a magnifying glass. Sharp details often mean higher grade. Check for errors. Look closely at the date, lettering, and Lincoln Memorial for anything unusual. Use a 10x magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and check online databases like PCGS, NGC, or Variety Vista for known 2007 D errors. Historical importance of the Lincoln cent SERAS. To understand why any Lincoln penny might gain value, we need to appreciate the history of the series itself. The Lincoln cent has been in continuous production for over a century, making it the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. It has evolved from the original wheat reverse 1909-1958 to the Lincoln Memorial 1959 to 2008, followed by the Lincoln Bicentennial 2009, and the Union Shield reverse 2010 to present. The 2007 D Lincoln cent is part of the final chapter before this major redesign. That makes it a last-of-an-era coin which often appeals to collectors. Collector interest in future POTNTIL. While the 2007 D Lincoln cent may not yet be worth thousands, its future value could climb, especially for coins in pristine condition or with known errors. As more collectors enter the hobby and more high-grade examples get graded and encapsulated, demand is expected to rise in the world of numismatics. Rarity, condition, story, value. And the 2007 D Lincoln penny has all the ingredients to become a hidden gem in years to come. Closing thoughts: don't ignore your PNNAS. So the next time you're handed change at the grocery store, check your pennies. That tiny copper-colored coin might just be a 2007 D Lincoln cent in great condition or hiding a valuable error that could be worth far more than 1 cent. Remember, treasures don't always shine bright. Sometimes, they hide in plain sight, right at the bottom of your piggy bank or between your car seats. If you learned something new or found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Numismatics Coins History. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a rare coin breakdown or valuable coin spotlight. Drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare penny? Do you have a 2007 D Lincoln cent in your collection? Until next time, keep collecting, keep hunting, and always check your change. 1 penny can change everything.